Alright, there is some really weird shit going on with this video here. I just made a text post about it, and then I tried to use shadow play to grab it from my desktop as I played it on YouTube, and when I tried that, the video would freeze, so I had to actually use a workaround and download the video from YouTube to do this, but I want to show you some weird shit that's going on here. First of all, like clockwork, there's almost like a focusing of the video, and it happens every so often. I'll see if I can show you what it is. The way I discovered it was just kind of watching his face and his nose area, but not really focusing on it. It's difficult to describe, but I'll try to say, I don't know, I guess snap, because it's like the image kind of snaps every so often, so I'll try to call it out.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack
Snap.
on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans,
Snap.
I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard.
It happens right before I say snap, but it's like clockwork. But I get 3 times in there every few seconds. It's like the image kind of snaps back into focus is the best way I can describe that. That was the first, well, the second thing I noticed. The first thing I noticed was that when I watched this, it felt like I was watching a cartoon of the president. It didn't feel like I was actually watching him give a speech. So that's what made me start looking at things really closely, and most of the rest of this is going to be focused right here where my cursor is, and then along his neckline. If you focus here, you'll kind of see how the head movement is really, really weird, and it's like it's not even attached to his body. So I've got a list of spots here. So let me refer to that real quick and pull it back up, and then we'll pick up this video from there. Alright, I've got my list up here on my second monitor, which I'm not going to show you because it's top secret. Let's start at 129. I'm going to watch how the left side of his neck just kind of overlaps the collar here. And I get that older people have loose skin and it tends to like drape over things like that, but this doesn't look like that. It just looks like there's his head is pasted on here, and it kind of moves over it and overlaps it like a bad Photoshop or something. We'll watch this.
Future elections. Now Congress has certified the results.
What is that?
A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th.
What is going on here?
My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for...
It looks almost natural, but not quite. And this version is downloaded straight from YouTube, the official channel. I've not altered it in any way. I guess if you want to accuse me of that, that's fine, but there's some really weird stuff going on here. Just watch this line.
Inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power.
Fold there.
This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time.
This head movement doesn't look natural, and I get that he's got these weird mannerisms and he's not a great speaker, so all of this could be explained just by the shitty 720p resolution and the fuzziness of it all. This doesn't even really look like 720p. It's almost like I'm watching it on a old tube TV, CRT TV. But anyway, 142, we just looked at the his neck like extends like the Team Fortress 2 engineer meme. And
reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people.
What was that? That was some weird shit too. We're going to go up to 150, which is in 5 seconds, and the upper left of his neck, just below the ear, right in here. does some weird shit too.
menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives.
Again, that's weird, and I noticed it's still doing the snap thing I talked about at the beginning of this video there. But what in the fuck was that? I mean, I guess with shitty resolution, we're looking at the shadow here. I don't know. The head movement looks incredibly
isolated
unnatural,
millions in their homes,
as does this
damaged
whole
our
scene.
economy, and claimed countless lives.
We're going to skip up to 210. And this is where it gets really, really weird. We'll start at 206. Right here. Again, it could be shadow, and it could all just be this shitty resolution. Because if you look at all these lines that should be well defined, like the flags and all that, and this, it doesn't look right. And he's probably standing in front of a green screen, and not in front of all this stuff. But I don't know. Just none of these lines are defined well. And then you get this really crisp line of, hey, he himself. So anyway, his entire neck looks like it lifts away, and there's just nothing but black in here.
On the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty.
What in the shit did we just look at?
We must revitalize.
Again, hanging skin can do some weird shit, so I'm leaving room for the possibility that I'm just being a Q-tard here.
Faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bond.
But it's not just that. I'm probably just looking for stuff here because like I said, I felt like I was watching a cartoon, but there's a lot of weird blurry shit, like I've got it paused here. His hair is never really in focus. I think I'm about to cough here. I'm really sick, so I'm sorry. Had to get that out. It's always fuzzy up here, and I do a lot of online meetings for work right now because we're all like trying to stay away from the office with the big Rona and all that. But so I've seen weird stuff happen to people's hair. I've seen the image behind them bleed in when they do those fancy backgrounds in the Teams meetings. But this whole area is just really, really weird. Could just be natural glitch and standing in front of a screen like this, or using whatever software he's using to get this background. Because, like I said, people in our meetings use it. They'll be on a spaceship or some kind of steampunk setting, or I think there was a Minecraft one even. And their hair has done some weird stuff too, and their faces. But usually it's something that's really light colored that does it, like his white shirt here might disappear if he were in one of those meetings with me, but anyway, you can see the blurriness here at his ears, and this is part of that snapping effect I was talking about, how it just randomly comes into focus. But there's some other weird mannerisms. I'll see if I can find
the election results. My only goal was to ensure we must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws.
That was really weird. He does have some strange mannerisms, but
in democracy.
That was just weird.
I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws.
Just the transition from reform to election, it sounds like it was pasted together from other speeches. really
I
weird.
continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws.
There's probably lots of other stuff I'm missing. I started digging into this
That bind us.
when I felt that it was strange, so obviously I go over to 4chan and see what they're doing, and they're also talking about this, as are some other people on other sites. Some of them have pointed out very similar things like the neckline. I don't know if anybody's pointed out the stuff I saw here or the every so often like focus or snap as I called it. Other people have pointed out that he's been doing deepfake speeches. I wouldn't exactly call those deepfakes. I don't think some people understand what that is. On the Donald forum, someone talked about Stacey Abrams doing a speech in front of the NBA 2K players or something like that, and that's not what a deepfake is. That's just using a background, a green screen. That's not a deepfake. So anyway, we're not going to get into all that. I guess I'll just leave it at that. This video's been long enough. I guess let me know what you think. Am I Q-tard? Should I just get some sleep? I don't know. Have a great night, everybody. Holy shit, I just noticed at the very beginning of this.
I would like to begin by addressing.
Watch his mouth movement.
I would like to begin by.
The whole, what?
I would like.
Okay, so here we go. I start playing the video and he is dead ass still, not moving. This is clearly a still frame. And then it, I don't know, it's like super speed. See that? That first second or half a second, he's just, there's nothing. He's not moving at all. It's clearly still.
I would like to be.
That is incredibly unnatural too.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous.